So if you're in your early 20s and you're dating a guy, then you're probably not going to meet his parents for a while because he has to get his life together. So usually he's like, he has to find a career, then he has to save money, get the house, and all of these things. He has to have his finances in order before he can even come to his parents and try to get you to marry like each other. So that's one. But if you're in your 30s and he's in his 30s and he still ain't got it together, that's a big red flag, sis. So make sure he's on the green flag on that one right there. Okay, I forgot to mention that. I'm gonna mention that now, actually. So if he in his 30s, and I'm talking about mid 30s, like I would say early-ish mid 30s, especially late 30s, he ain't got his stuff together, meaning that he's not willing to get a better job or get in a better financial situation, or he's not willing to make things official, or he's still trying to live that playboy lifestyle, sis, just drop it. So when we talk about future plans, if he's in his mid 30s to late 30s, he should be talking about future plans within, I would say, 6 months. He shouldn't be taking longer than that. I'm sorry. I know some people are gonna be like, 6 months is too quick, but you gotta understand, you in your 30s, especially in Korea, that's like settled down time, okay? So he should be talking seriously from jump. But I'm gonna give it 6 months just because, sometimes things happen. But if he's in his early 20s to late 20s, then it's okay. You can give him a little bit of time. But if he's in his mid 30s to late 30s, you ain't got time. No. If he's not talking about marriage, or he's not talking about future stuff, or even talking about a serious relationship with you, or, trying to be serious about things, forget him. It's over. Okay? So, yeah, that's that. So, now, the tips. So, tips. You have to have a strategy. Now, I know people are gonna be coming from my neck for this and be like, oh, it's not a game. I don't like playing games. I don't like games. Well, guess what? Everything in life has a strategy, okay? But some people, when they date, and trust me, I used to be like that, like, before I had my revelations and my eat, pray, love moments. Like, I used to think that, I don't want to be a game player. I don't want to play. I don't want to strategize. I just feel like it should just happen. But you have to understand that you need to have a plan. Like, what is your objective? What is your goal? What do you want? If you just want casual relationships, then none of these rules apply, because you could just get any guy off the street. Like, you could just collect any guy. But if you want a long-term relationship, you need to strategize what kind of guys you want, what kind of character they have. You need to pinpoint exactly what it is that you're looking for, because that needs to be clarified, and then you can have a clear objective of if those guys fit into what you're looking for. And if they don't, let that dusty go. Like, let him go. Bye-bye. So the tips are this: have a strategy, have a plan, have what you want, a list of what you want. Now, I ain't talking about no crazy list, okay? Because I know some of y'all out here, I want some craziness, okay? I'm not talking about that. He gotta be a K-pop star. He gotta look like, I don't know who, movie star. I don't even know who these guys are. Jungkook, I don't know. Some BTS guy, I don't know. But, there should be more than that, right? But you should list out a strategy of, especially if you're dating online, my girls. If you're dating online, you need to be doing this ASAP. Like, have a strategy of what you want, what kind of guy that you want, and what kind of character he has. And those guys that talk to you need to fit into that. And if they don't, then be ready to drop them real quick, block them real quick. Don't even deal with them. So tips that I could give you is what worked for me. Now, again, if it doesn't work for you, it's okay, but I'm just letting you know what worked in my situation and for me dating. And has proven to be very successful for me is that I had a 2 to 4 week talking period. So 2 weeks and 4 weeks to get to know this guy. So what I would do is when guys would message me and they wanted my cacao and stuff like that, I gave it to them because I was just like, whatever, I could block them after. But what I also did was that I waited. Like, when they asked me out, I would just be like, I'm busy. I have things to do. Whatever. If they lived in Seoul. So my boyfriend actually lives outside of Seoul. But the guys that lived in Seoul, because they had access to me and it was quicker to meet them, I gave them so many excuses. I'd be like, I'm busy. Oh no, I have things to do. Oh no, I have friends to meet. And I also made sure that I didn't meet them until I had a 2-week talking period that was established, because then I got to know if you were crazy, how much you wanted to see me, if you were willing to go the mile for me.
So I know what I'm saying can be a bit controversial, because then you're thinking, oh, in the 2 weeks, what if I show I'm not interested and then he just drops me? What I would do is that I would say, hey, I'm really interested in meeting you, but right now I'm kind of busy. So as soon as my schedule clears, then I'll be able to meet you. Or you can even say, oh, this week I'm booked. I get that. So what you have to do is you have to kind of bait him in. I have some free time next week and let's schedule something then. Because then at least he knows, hey, she's interested in meeting me. And also, there are some men, I've heard of some Korean men dating girls, and they'll be talking to them, or they'll meet them online and they'll talk to them for about 2 to 3 weeks to a month, and then they set up a date, and then the guy never shows up, or he ghosts, or even worse, he unmatches her. So this is a way that you can kind of protect yourself. And another thing is make sure that he's the one planning the date. That's also controversial as well. I don't know. Y'all, I'm just giving you what works for me, okay? You don't have to take my advice, but it's just what has worked for me, and it's worked pretty well, I must say.
So within the 2 weeks, I weeded out so many people. And to be honest, I didn't do this for long because I met my boyfriend. And I think that giving yourself a 2-week period to talk to guys really gives you clarity on who they are. Because if they want to just sleep with you, they're going to drop real quick. And also, you get to know if they are consistent in talking to you. Because within 2 weeks, you have to understand, especially when you're online dating, there's different girls every day of the week. Roll the dice. They come through. So if he's still interested in you within those 2 weeks, even after talking to other people, then that means that more chances that he likes you. So that's one thing I did, the 2 to 4 week talking period. Second thing that I did is I mirrored. So I will only show you interest if you show me interest. If you call me, I'm gonna pick up. If you texted me, I'm gonna respond. That's just what it was. And I think it's especially beneficial, especially with guys that you're getting to know right away. You have to mirror them. If they're not messaging you, don't message them. If they're not trying to talk to you, don't talk to them. I know some people will tell you to take the initiative and to be that girl to just, like show him interest. You can show him interest through reciprocation. But if you really want to find out if he's interested in you, let him make the moves first. And I know some guys are gonna come in and be like, oh no, like this doesn't work, and some of y'all ladies need to come out. No, you don't want to date him. He's probably a dusty anyways. But for real men, for men who chase, or for men who want something, they will talk to you, okay? They will make it known. You don't have to question anything. He will find a way to message you. He will find a way to call you no matter what. So, definitely, if you want to find a guy who is interested in you, or find out if a guy's interested in you, then mirror him, and then you'll see. And if he doesn't take any actions, if he doesn't make any moves, and he's complacent, then let him be where he's at, and you just gonna mirror him, and you're gonna go all right on to the next. All right, so the next one. Please don't give these men gifts. I'm tired of hearing about these stories. Please, no gifts, okay? And by gifts, you know what I mean. Please don't give these men no gifts until it's established. Please don't do that. Don't do it. Like I said, if you're looking for something casual, or you're looking for a beta guy, or you're looking for a dusty, go right on ahead. Do what you gotta do. But if you're looking for a quality guy, don't give it up so quickly. And don't give him no gifts either. Just don't. Don't until he makes you official. Then you can do it. But until then, please no gifts. Please no gifts. No gifts. No presents. None of that. No presents. Alright. And again, observe his actions. See what he's doing. If he's talking like he loves you, I love you, I love you, I love you, saranghe, all these things, but then he never wants to see you, he only sees you during demon time, then sis, you already know what it is. Then his actions will prove if he really cares about you. If he really cares about you, he'll be consistent. He'll want to see you. He'll want to talk to you. Like I said before, he ain't gonna want to hide that. So, yeah. So definitely observe his actions, see what he's doing. Don't believe what he says. Look at what he does, and that'll give you the clarity on everything. Next tip is minimize your energy of desperation. I've seen this so many times where girls come here and then they just lose their minds. Like, they forget that they had standards back home, or they forget that, things like this are red flags, or this is a red flag. They'll come here and think that, oh, I saw it in a drama that a Korean guy was so great to this girl and he gonna be great to me. Or I saw this Korean guy being great to this girl on whatever, and this guy looks so good and he can't be a liar. He has to be great because that's what the movies tell me, and that's what this tells me, and that's what I've seen. No, don't believe any of that stuff. Trust and believe me. Trust me. Treat these men like you would any man back home. Please don't come here thinking that they're going to be God's gift to women, or they're on some pedestal like above the guys that you have back home. Because at the end of the day, and I know it's been said time and time again, men are men. No matter what color they are, no matter what culture they come from, at the end of the day, they are biologically whatever they were designed to be. And that is with the male way of thinking. They are men first before anything. So please do not be naive into thinking that these guys are different. Please minimize the desperation. And what I mean by that is the same way you treat a guy back home. If he was doing that F-boy stuff, is the same way you're going to treat the guy here if he's doing that F-boy stuff. If he's a dusty, if he would be considered a dusty in your home country, then he's a dusty here. He's probably dustier here. Don't deal with them, okay? So minimize the energy of desperation. Have some confidence in yourself. Know that if this guy doesn't see your value, some other guy will. Don't even waste your time. There are so many other guys out there. If he's saying, oh, I don't want to see you no more, or oh, I don't think we're compatible, okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. Block, next, deleted, on to the next. Thank you, next, like Ariana Grande said. We don't have time for this. Thank you, next. Next on the list. Next caller!